it on the YouTube as well for the future reference. So welcome you all at one another online class because of the traffic conditions of our city. So how are you all? You all are enjoying the vacations? In the month of January, you have enjoyed a lot as a winter break. And now because of Mahakumbh, you are getting again the time to spend with your family members at your home. सो इनमें से कोई ऐसा तो नहीं जो अपने मम्मी को परेशान कर रहा है कि मम्मी आज ये बना दो, आज वो बना दो, आज ये खाना है, आज वो खाना है। हाँ, आपने हेल्प करनी है पेरेंट्स की, ठीक है? उनको परेशान नहीं करना है। नाउ today we are just going to discuss our chapter, that is the solar system. काफी कुछ हम 8th A में बात कर चुके हैं जहां तक मैं समझता हूं, बट 8B और 8C में कितना हुआ है आई डोंट नो। सो मैं एक कॉमन टॉपिक की तरह इस चैप्टर को ले रहा हूं और इस चैप्टर पर मैं आप सभी से डिस्कशन करने चल रहा हूं कि बेसिकली ये जो पोर्शन है आपका सोलर सिस्टम का, इसको हम थोड़ा सा डिटेल में पढ़ेंगे, ठीक है ना? आई थिंक माई स्क्रीन इज विजिबल टू एवरीवन। सभी को क्लियर है स्क्रीन? Just give your expression as a thumb expression if the screen is clear, if the voice is clear. Just respond me fast so that we can start. Well done. Now, अगर मैं बात करूं अपने सोलर सिस्टम की, if we talk about our solar system, my dear, so it is one of the mysterious thing. Why it is a mysterious thing? Because we are not aware so much how this universe was developed, how these planets are developed, right? In physics, we have seen a lot of things that we have calculated, we have proven mathematically, right? But when it comes about the solar system, about the stars, about the universe, so all the physics get at one side and only one thing comes in our mind, the hypothesis, which shows about this, you can say that particular structure of the universe. So if we recall the concept of universe, my dear, so we find that the universe was developed about 14 billion years ago. We say that the Big Bang theory was done about 14 billion years ago. And one thing, the most exciting thing is our solar system where we are living, this solar system is developed about 4.5 million years ago, or I think billion years ago. So this is a lot of, recent thing that we are having. Like when the universe was created, such kind of development was not there. No solar system was there. It took about 10 billion years to be, development of the solar system. So basically, what is the universe? So if I tell you that the universe is everything which is existing, right? It is incredibly huge. If you remember, I'm not sure, but if I'm not wrong, I remember I have shared you all a YouTube link few days before, right? Which was mentioning about how the Earth looked like in our solar system. What is the reason? What is the existence of Earth in our solar system? I have shared a YouTube link that was a very fantastic, how the universe looked like. So I remember I have sent this one. Now, no one is knowing about the size of the universe, to be very frank. No one is aware with the size of universe. But in general, what we say, whatever we can see, right? So that is basically the observable, universe. Observable universe means only the thing that is in our consideration that we can observe, right? Now, astronomy, or simply we say the space physics. So astronomy is a branch of the science which deals with the study of the celestial bodies like stars, like comets, like we say the planets, galaxies, and all, right? Now, how can we measure this astronomical distance? What does it mean, my dear? Astronomical distance means, like in general, suppose if I ask you, like your home is at, you know, anywhere, suppose it is your home, which is at Payagipur Chauraha, okay? Your home is at Payagipur Chauraha and Shamford is in Mavaria Gorabari. So if I tell you, please find out this distance. So how did you find this distance, my dear? Tell me. And what will be the proper unit to get that distance, my dear? Can anyone tell me? The proper unit for the calculation of the distance between Payagipur and Gorabarik. Tell me. Yes, that will be in kilometers. Wonderful. Right? Now, suppose we are having our mobile phone. What will be the perfect unit for the measurement of the length of the mobile phone? If I want to measure the length of the mobile phone, yes, that is centimeter. Shaksham, millimeter will be used for the measurement of the thickness, right? The thickness will be measured in millimeters, but whenever it comes about the width or the length, so it will be more preferable, that is a centimeter, right? So exactly what is happening, my dear? So as per of the quality, as per of the material, as per of the conditions, we are using different unit of measurements. Now, suppose if I say, what is the distance between the sun and another star, that is a Proxima Centauri? So what will be the distance between them? Can we use measure, like, can we measure this in millimeters, centimeter, meter, kilometers? No, right? Here, another unit you will be using that is quite larger. So the astronomical unit that we prefer, that is called basically the light year, right? Light year. So what is light year, my dear friends? So please do not confuse that the light year means we are talking about the time. No, light year means light year. Light year means basically we are talking about the distance traveled by the light in 1 year. That is called light year, right? Now, as we all know that the distance is basically what? Distance can be written as speed into time. Do you agree with this? How many of you agree with this formula? That distance is equal to speed into time. Everyone tell me, do you agree? The formula is correct or wrong? I'm not getting the responses from all the students. Yes. So distance is equal to speed into time. And the speed of light is, my dear, 3 into 10 to the power 8. This is the speed of light. 3 times 10 to the power 8 meter per second. That is the speed of light. Okay. Now speed is given. Now what I told you in the beginning, I told you that the distance traveled by the light in 1 year. So tell me, 1 year is what? 1 year is basically we are talking about the time. 1 year, right? Now, just see the magic, my dear. 1 year means how much? 1 year means 365 days, right? And in one day, how many hours are there? 24 hours are there. In 1 hour, how many minutes are there? 60 minutes. In 1 minute, how many seconds are there? 60 seconds. So we will calculate this whole value. So we will get it as 9.5 into 10 to the power 15 meters. They have mentioned in kilometers, my dear. So that is why they have taken 10 power 12 kilometer. And I have taken it as a meter. So it is basically 10 power 15 meter. So 9.5 into 10 power 15 meter is the distance traveled by light in 1 year. Now, see the surprising fact, my dear. Proxima Centauri is the star which is about 4.22 light year away from the Earth. Means, and you know, this star is the second closest star to the Earth. Means the first closest star is the Sun, and the second closest star is basically the Proxima Centauri, which is 4.22 light year. Means light will take about 4 years and 4.22 years to reach to Earth from the Proxima Centauri. See how much far it is. And you can compare how much it is far because the sunlight takes about 8.3 minutes to reach at Earth's surface, right? It means sun is like somewhere here and the Earth is here. It is taking only 8 minutes, but the Proxima Centauri is almost here somewhere, which is taking about 4.22 light years to reach on the surface of Earth. So this is one thing. Got it? So if we are seeing the Proxima Centauri today, that means that light was, was transmitted from the star about 4.22 years ago. Is it clear to everyone? Coming to the topic of galaxies. What are galaxies basically? So galaxy is basically, if we say that this is the universe, in this universe we are having million of galaxies. In these galaxies we are having various stars. These stars are having their own solar system. And this solar system is having the planets, comets, satellites, and we say planet, comet, satellites, asteroids. Okay, dwarf planet, like this one. So now we are talking about these galaxies. So the galaxies are sprawling space system of the dust, gas, and countless stars that are held together by a strong gravitational field. Right? It is believed that when this explosion was done, the big cosmologic Big Bang theory was occurred, so these galaxies were formed. Among these galaxies, the sun is one of the at least 100 billion stars in our galaxies. About 100 billion stars are in our one galaxy, that is Milky Way. And such galaxies are, countless in our universe. See what you can write. It is also, you can say, about, if you see, there are about 100 billion such galaxies in the universe. These galaxies are classified into the broad like regular and irregular shape. The galaxies of regular shapes are further divided into elliptical and spiral galaxy. Our Milky Way is a spiral galaxy, whereas the Andromeda is the closest spiral galaxy to our galaxy Milky Way. Elliptical galaxy is generally round, but it is stretched longer along one axis than the other. Basically, what is the elliptical shape? Let me tell you. This structure is called the elliptical. This is elliptical path, right? And it becomes circle when the radius are equal, like this one. Now, if I compress it from one side, it will become elliptical, either vertically or horizontally, right? Like this way. Now, coming to this star, stars are the massive spinning ball of hot luminous gases. Okay, one thing more I would like to show you all. That is not in basically your curriculum, but yes, you should understand those things. I think that is very important to understand. Just give me a time. Give me a second. Yes. This screen is clear to everyone? See, basically, this is the, life cycle of the star. In a very nutshell, I'm showing you. Every star has the first step from which it has been created. That is the stellar nebula. It is basically the combination of the dust and the hydrogen gas. Second step that goes to the protostar. Third step is a main sequence star. It is the region at which the nuclear fusion reaction starts. Nuclear fusion reaction start where hydrogen is going to meet with hydrogen and it forms the helium nucleus, right? It is a general equation, but somewhere you will get this one as well. So this is a nuclear fusion reaction where the small nucleus get combined and form a big nucleus. So that you will be getting on this particular main sequence star type. Now after this, we are having the categories. We are having the different type of stars. As earlier I have told you, Basically, what happens, my dear, there are two types of stars in our surrounding. Number one, those stars whose mass is almost equal to the mass of sun or lesser than sun. So you will get this one. The first one starts about the same size as the sun, second much bigger than sun. So if we are talking about this, same size, so you will get the different state here. If any star whose mass is almost same as the sun, so the fourth step will go for the red giant star, then planetary nebula, then white dwarf, and then black dwarf. This is a step, right? Means stellar nebula, then protostar, then main sequence star, then red giant star, then planetary nebula, white dwarf, and black dwarf. These are the different things what we are having. But when we talk about any star whose mass is bigger than the sun, so here after this step, main sequence star, the things will be changed, and now the things will be like this one. After main sequence star, you will be get red supergiant star, then supernova, then neutron star, and then black hole. So this is basically the life cycle of the star that you see, right? Now they have explained these things in detail. Let me show you if I can play it for you. Might be net is slow, so it will not work, but don't worry. See, this is a whole structure, how the things are being happened. But we are not going in those in detail. Now, again, coming back to our topic. So, that star we were talking about. So, first thing, always remember that the stars are the luminous objects which are made up of the hot gases. All the stars are having basically the hydrogen gas in their, at their surface or in their atmosphere. And that's why we say the hydrogen is the most abundant gas in the universe. Many stars are several times bigger than the sun, right? And most of the stars are made up of the hydrogen and the helium. Basically, helium is a product that we get from the nuclear fusion reaction. At the center of the star, hydrogen atoms combine to form the helium atoms. During this process, the large amount of energy is released in the form of heat and light. It is because of this light the stars appear to glow at night, right? The sun is a medium-sized star and it is closest to us. That is why it appears to so big. Stars appear to move in the sky from the east to west, but their position remains with respect to the other stars, right? Only the rotation we are getting because of the earth. Why we say that the sun rises in the east and goes to the west? So basically it is not the sun is going east to west. It is us because we are rotating at their own axis, right? Now, out of these stars, one star is the pole star or Polaris that appears stationary in the sky because it is just pointed at this point along the axis, along the geographic north pole on the Earth, right? That is why the position of the pole star does not change anytime. Then we are having this constellation. See, constellations are what basically, so they are the group of stars, right? They are the collection of stars that are seen together and they make some specific structure that we can memorize easily. Like one of the celestial like constellation I have ever seen when I was child. Like this one that you can see or that you can see. One I have seen like this one, like this one. So these are what? These are the different constellations. It looks like there's a, spoon, right? So the constellations are there. They make some, image, particular image. For of this, suppose the first is the Ursa Major, and this is the Ursa Minor. Ursa Major or the Great Bear is the third largest constellation in the night sky. तीसरा जो सबसे बड़ा constellation आपको स्काई में देखने को मिलता है, दैट इज द उर्सा मेजर. इट इज विजिबल थ्रू आउट द ईयर फ्रॉम नॉर्दर्न हेमिस्फेयर, राइट? जो लोग भी नॉर्दर्न हेमिस्फेयर में हैं उनको ये साल के 12 महीने विजिबल दिखेगा. द सेवन ब्राइट स्टार्स विद उर्सा मेजर अपीयर टू लाइक बिग ladle और अ क्वेश्चन मार्क, राइट? Ursa Minor or the Little Bear, we can say. It's also the group of seven stars similar to the Ursa Major. However, the stars in Ursa Minor are closer and smaller as compared to the stars in Ursa Major. The pole stars form a part of the Ursa Minor constellation. Right? What does it mean to say is, number one, जैसे देखिए उर्सा मेजर एंड उर्सा माइनर बोथ आर द सेम थिंग, केवल उनका स्ट्रक्चर्स डिफर कर रहा है. दोनों ही उर्सा कंसोलेशन है. मेल, ठीक है? ये उर्सा मेजर है, साइज में बिगर है. ये उर्सा माइनर है, ठीक है? क्योंकि यहां पर जो स्टार्स हैं वो ज्यादा क्लोज होते हैं कंपेयर टू द उर्सा मेजर. देन ओरियन, इफ यू रिमेंबर दिस थिंग आई वाज टॉकिंग अबाउट, Orion, it gets name from a hunter in Greek mythology. Whatever the Greek mythology we are having, in that one, it was said as Orion. And in middle three stars represent the belt of a hunter so that we can assume it at a hunter. The star series, which is the brightest star in the sky, is located close to the Orion. See, pole star is at the geographic north and it is stationary in respect of other stars, that is stationary. But if we represent here one thing, that is the star Sirius, which is the brightest star in the sky, that is always located to the Orion, right? Then Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia is the name after the Queen Cassiopeia in Greek mythology. It looks like a distorted letter W or M, right? Cassiopeia is basically named after Queen and it looks like distorted W or M. So we have seen Ursa Major, Ursa Minor, then we have seen the Orion, then we have seen this particular Cassiopeia. Now the solar system, as I told you that our solar system consists of basically the different type of planets, right? A star at the center that is called Sun, asteroid belts, dwarf planets, satellites. Now the satellite may be the natural and the artificial both, right? So all the things that are orbiting around the sun in a particular orbit is basically known as, like, this path is considered as an orbit. Suppose Earth is orbiting around the planet, around the sun in an elliptical path, or we can say elliptical orbit. Any comet is moving like this one, it is having also his highly stretchable elliptical path. Sorry. Okay. Now, our solar system is about 5 billion years ago. This consists of the sun. As I told you, the sun is the star that is at the center of the system. It is a giant ball of hot gases, mostly hydrogen, helium, and from so much year in our history, if I say, so we have seen that solar system or the sun is basically a giant ball of the hot gases, mostly hydrogen and helium, and it is the main source of the heat and the light for our planets, including the Earth. Earth takes sunlight in 8 minutes 20 seconds to reach at the Earth. The sun diameter is about 100 meters time of the Earth. And the surface temperature is about 5,505 degrees Celsius. Now, the sun is serving as a source of energy in the form of thermal energy, in the form of the light energy and all. So the sun, if we try to understand the basic natures of the sun, so number one, sun is the star of our solar system. Number two, the sun, the nuclear fusion mechanism is happening on the sun, which is the cause of the, which is the source of energy basically. Third, the solar system, or we can say the sun, that is made about 100 billion years ago. Then this solar system is basically made up of dust and different type of gases. And if we go for the structure work, so the diameter of the sun is 100 times of the earth diameter, right? Whatever the diameter of the earth is, for example, the diameter of earth is 6,000 kilometers. So the diameter of the sun will be 6,000 into 100. Right? So in this way, we can do this one. So, my dear, I think this will be enough for today. That what we have discussed, just summarize it. So, we have discussed today about the universe. Then we have discussed about the measurement of the astronomical distance. Then again, we have discussed about the galaxies. We have discussed about the stars, constellations. Now we will be discussing in the next class about the sun, the journey, and how the things are being done. Hope you all have understood. Please tell me. Just put your fingers, just put your facial expression, turn on the camera. Everything is clear or not? Just share your reaction. I'm not getting out of 100, right? This is not like Pragati. Pragati karo, nahi to ruk jaogi. ठीक है बस में किनारे बैठ के जो तुम आती हो ना दूसरों को डांटते पीटते मैं देखता हूं तुम्हें पढ़ाई लिखाई करो ना बहुत पिटाई करूंगा मैं तुम्हारी चलो सच्चम तुम्हें बहुत ठंड लग रही कहाँ ना मैं यहाँ धूप निकल रही है तुम्हें ठंड लग रही है वेरी गुड चलो अब क्लास ले लो इसके बाद अब ब्रेक हो जाएगा 10-15 मिनट का जाके कुछ मम्मी की हेल्प कराओ कुछ खाओ पियो और फिर से एनर्जी लेके बैठो अगली क्लास के लिए ठीक है बाकी कल फिर से मिलते हैं इसके आगे हम लोग है प्रगति प्रगति करते रहो चलो गुड डे बच्चा और मैं इसको अभी यूट्यूब पे डाल दूंगा दोपहर तक जो लोग छूटा वो देख लेंगे बाद में ओके सो गुड बाय एवरीवन बाय बाय